seniors and college students that are Northwest Indiana residents up to $5,000 based on their financial needs. So
That's wonderful.
yes, I'm excited. We got to get our final numbers, but I know that we exceeded our goal, and it's always a good thing to help these students find money to get them not only to college but through college.
Yes, it was a packed house. It was held at the Gary Area Career Center.
Yes.
And it was just great to see the community come together and to see everybody getting behind education. We know that that's important. It's the basis for everything else that thrives from that for their careers and going off to college. And so, Michael, I know you attended. Your reactions?
Yeah, I had a great time, and it's always good to support education. So, and I'm just proud of my wife for always, exemplifying leadership, for the UNCF. So, just happy to be a part of it. We'll continue to be a part of it.
Yes, I got feedback from the Gary schools, and they were just so excited to be able to have it and host it in the facility. And I'm doing my little snooping around the space, and where the stage was, I was like, okay, we could push this back and get some more tables in next year.
We will. And I have to say thank you and kudos, hats off to the UNCF team. We have a new team with Shamika Anderson, Jada Ford, and Lakeisha Molan. They came in the night before, had been behind this, planning it on that side, and I give them kudos for them just jumping on, because they all three of them, I think, probably just came on in October. So they're learning us, they're learning UNCF, and
Gary, all of that.
And they came in and did a great job. So hats off to those ladies as well.
Yes, and to the phenomenal speaker. Everything was just great. And so if you missed it, you can certainly head over to the Gary Community School Corporation page to watch it back. And we had hundreds and hundreds of views. So people know the cause, and it's never too late to give. So please consider a gift to UNCF. That was one of the many things that you all were involved in from a volunteer and philanthropic standpoint. I also ran into Michael over the weekend at Indiana University Northwest, where the Steel City Black Knowledge Bowl was held. And it was so funny to see him walking up the aisle, because you were one of the judges. And as he walked up the aisle, they were running the PowerPoint presentation of sponsors, and it just said Tolbert and Tolbert. It was like he was walking in slow-mo with the logo over his shoulder. I said, get it, Michael. Well, that was a first annual and inaugural. They were trying to get it done, and then COVID struck, and so they finally got it off the ground. And I was there at the early part when the students were just having their breakfast and getting ready, but I had to head out. And I watched some of it on Facebook, and the energy, the excitement. How did you all manage to get involved in that too, Michael?
Well, shout out to Dorothy Frink at IUN and the Chancellor for really hosting that event. And Ms. Frink asked me to be a judge. I was a little reluctant at first, because I know how competitive those bowls can get. So,
yes.
And it turned out exactly the way I expected it. Everybody was yelling at me and yelling at the MC. Poor Jeff Smith.
He's a trooper, right? Yeah, and not a work trooper, but a trooper,
and
right?
During the planning process, we had a pre-call, and I said, well, who's going to be the MC? Because I wanted to make sure I didn't want no parts of the MCing, because I knew that was going to be the hardest part, because everyone it's lawyers, MCs, and everybody else in terms of usually who gets yelled at first. So MCs are always on the chopping block. So, but he handled himself very well. And shout out to all the kids. Shout out to Westside Leadership Academy for winning the first inaugural Steel City Black Knowledge Bowl. And man, I learned a lot just from being a judge.
Right?
It was a lot of Black history that I didn't necessarily know. So I was being educated the whole time. So it was great.
So this, I've been told, is something that will continue.
I hope so.
And as I interviewed each of the young people on the teams, I just made them promise to me to not make this just about being a competition, but to take this history, internalize it and keep learning and take it with them as they move on to their next level of education or into the workforce. And they promised they would do that.
That's good.
Okay, so we are moving along. I noticed that there is another episode, or the episode, season 4.
Season 3.
Season 3 of the podcast is out. Shalice, care to elaborate on the latest episode? The topic is hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Just in time for Valentine's Day?
Season 3 came out just in time for Valentine's Day, Married People's Business. When you hate your mate.
Who came up with that topic?
It wasn't me because I love my
Actually,
mate, but she came up with it.
I came up with the title, but somebody has said, you know what, because I can't stand you. And it was not me.
Oh, wow. Well, I think that's
we had
fair.
fun with it,
Well,
you
you
know?
love folks, but sometimes I'm not necessarily feeling you right now, or
See
I don't
there?
like you right
it's
now.
Right. It's the, I don't like you right now thing, but, it's some stuff I learned, so y'all got to go check it
You
out.
gotta go. Go check it out. So where can they find it? Married People's Business?
On YouTube, of course, if you want to see the banter, because we changed the scenery a little bit this year.
We sure
We
did.
actually recorded from our home. So you got a little peek inside of where we live and
The Tolbert Estate.
Well, you say it, we gonna claim it.
Yeah.
Jesus' name, when two or more agree.
Yeah, I'm in
Amen.
agreement.
So, but you can find it on YouTube, like and subscribe, but also anywhere you can get your audio podcast, stream podcast, like and subscribe to us there as well. So this is season 3, episode 1 in the books, and you want to be a guest, reach out to us. We want to feature married couples, partners in business, and you don't have to just be from Gary, We are trying to highlight folks doing positive things.
I love it. I can get with that. And we want people to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That was from Michael. I was just using his voice. Subscribe. That's wonderful. Any teasers for what's coming next for the next episode, or is it a secret?
Well, we got a couple of ideas, and we're not going to unveil them at this point, but we have some ideas for the podcast that we plan on launching in terms of, how women y'all like to go out without us a lot.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that one.
Y'all had a ladies' nights out, so what we plan on doing is offering a series.
Hey, I thought you
Okay.
weren't gonna
Well,
tell.
I think it's appropriate to give people a little teaser.
A little teaser.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna give Shalice and her girls a digital night out, ladies' night out. Where I'm not gonna be on the podcast. This is gonna be her and a select few ladies. And they get to talk about lady things, and I'm not gonna be
Lady
a part
things.
of that
Okay.
podcast. And,
All
and
right.
the fellas, we're gonna have a guys' nights out. So we're gonna do the
Guys'
same, a digital guys' night out. So we're gonna do the same thing. So we're thinking at some point that's gonna be probably the next 2 podcasts.
I like it. Don't forget, subscribe, listen, and share Married People's Business. Now on to the business of the firm. For the past couple of episodes, we have been highlighting various accolades. I've been watching my email with bated breath. What's the next award, appointment, or exciting legal news? Any legal business that we know about that we can talk about? A lot of things we can't talk about that go on in the firm, but I love to highlight any organizations you've joined or offices that you're holding.
Well, I think I want to give kudos to the Northwest Indiana Business. Is it the Journal or the Quarterly?
Northwest Indiana Business Magazine.
Business Magazine.
Yes.
They did a very nice spot on our office for Black History Month.
Yes.
So I think it's appropriate to, as we wind down Black History Month, to talk about that. And there were a lot of phenomenal other Black business leaders that were also spotlighted. So shout out to them. But I'm just happy and honored that they thought enough of our firm to think of us for that spot. So,
I was very glad about that. Shout out to Editor Heather for always reaching out, asking questions when I send her emails about things. She really follows up to find out if there's an angle for a story. So I'm so glad that she's discovered all the greatness that is Tolbert and Tolbert. What's on the HR books, Shalice?
Well, we do have a new attorney starting next week.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
We'll have those things in place before the week ends. We are in search of adding paralegals and legal assistant, and then later this year adding another attorney. So we are always looking for good folks that fit what we do around here. We thank God for the ability to be able to hire people. And we thank God for allowing us to grow. So if you've got some skills that match a legal office, send us your resume.
Yeah, a great place to work.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
So
They will send it to S. Tolbert.
oh yeah, stolbert@tolbertlegal.com or check Indeed where we have some job postings on there. You can always, I don't know if people still fax stuff. I don't know.
Do they fax?
I mean, we
so.
can fax faxes, but I don't know if they still fax resumes.
Yeah.
But you know,
Still
if you
get
want to
faxes.
fax a resume, 219-427-0783, and maybe you can be a part of our team.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, so I'm going to close out today's broadcast. I'm sure that you all would love to comment and give your remarks on another legal giant we lost from the community that we actually laid to rest today. That would be in attorney Gloria Slay. He actually was a church member, so I actually sat right down from him every Sunday. And then, of course, knowing him in other circles with City Hall, etc. And so just wanted to give you an opportunity to, as colleagues, to speak on his passing and his impact in the community.
Well, first I would say condolences to his family, and it was definitely a loss, I'm sure to them, but also to our community, the legal community and the community abroad. So Glorious was just he was always a gentleman, very sharp. My first time meeting Glorious was actually right at the courthouse on 4th Avenue in Gary. And his first words to me was I never lost a case.
Oh, I love it. Wow. And nice to meet you too.
And I hate to say that I kept his record intact because he was able to get me. So, but he was always kind, and I appreciated the mentorship that he gave so many young lawyers over the years, and just a fine representation of a man, a black man, and a community leader. So he'll be missed.
Well said.
Absolutely. I couldn't say it any better. The only other thing I would add is that I remember before even going to law school that I can't remember what political office he held or position he held, but he would send birthday cards out, and my grandma would say, Mr. Lay sent me a birthday card. I'm like, do you know him? She's like, no, he just sent me a birthday card. So I never forgot that about him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was, I like that. I call that old school grassroots politics, where, Rudy Clay would do things like that. Just our older politicians and public servants. Yeah. Dr. Vernon Smith will cut out an article about you, laminate it, and mail it. That's great, and he still does that.
Yeah, he sent us something a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he did.
So I think that's a great place to put a pin in it, to just say amazing people hail and live and work and thrive in this community, and I'm sitting between two of them. You have been watching Catching Up with the Tolberts, attorneys Michael and Shalise Tolbert. Please be sure to go check out their website, Tolbert Legal. Follow them on all of the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and TikTok now these days. Y'all are doing the most. And they are hiring, so make sure you check out those openings. And if you believe in working around excellence, then this is the place for you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.